Hello and welcome. And today we're looking at the Good Newspaper New Year edition. So I want to say at this point, Happy New Year, everybody. Andy, over to you.
Yeah, I'll add that, Colin. Happy New Year to everybody watching this. The January edition of the Good News newspaper, full of people who have found faith in God and have experienced the reality of God in their lives. One of them being Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls, the well-known TV adventurer, is well known as a Christian. He's outspoken about his faith. He's unashamed to admit he believes in Jesus. And he's written a new book in conjunction with a vicar about mental health. 365 readings, one for each day of the year, about how to keep your mind healthy. He's also written a book that's got 365 readings from the Bible in it and his thoughts on those. So very prolific author, becoming a prolific author, Bear Grylls, as well as a great TV personality. But this guy who has done so many incredible things in his life says here that his faith has been the guiding light when he's often been on a dark path. So really interesting to read about Bear Grylls. A couple of other celebrities as well. The actress Letitia Wright, who stars in the new Black Panther movie, again talking about how she couldn't cope with life if God wasn't with her. So really good stories about people who have found trust in God at this time. Colin.
Thanks, Andy. Yeah, I was intrigued by this story about a lady called Jennifer Rees-Larkham. Now, I remember this woman. She was an important figure in my early Christian life because it says in the article here that she had one of the most highly documented healings. There's been a lot of discredited healings in the past, but this woman, a lot of people have said this is one of the really true healings that they've come across. I mean, she had a very serious illness, encephalitis, and ended up becoming in a wheelchair. And after 8 years, miraculously, after somebody prayed with her, she was able to stand up and was completely cured. But the interesting thing about this person, and something to maybe to bear in mind as we're assessing, or we always assess, don't we, all of us, let's be honest, a New Year's time, we always think about our lives and what's happening in the past and what the way forward, way we can improve things. Well, thinking about the future, what the thing that she found out, it wasn't so much the healing from the physical, it was the healing emotionally that she got from God a bit later. And she talks about how often we're all trapped inside, have a dark place inside us. We put all our disappointments, all our resentments, all our anger, and they all hide away and are stuck in us. But what we really need is a supernatural peace. And that only comes from God. And she received that. And she said that's much more important. And she said she found that the love that came told her that it wasn't so much about what she did in life that was important. It was about a friendship with God, which was all important. And that really changed her whole life. And she passed it on to so many other people, really helped so many people. A great inspiration. Andy.
It is amazing, isn't it? Those who've been watching the World Cup, by the way, may have noticed that there were quite a lot of footballers playing in the World Cup who were either crossing themselves or praying before games or during games. And the Ecuador players, you may have seen this on the TV, but every time they scored a goal, they would kneel down and they were thanking God for the goals that they scored because they got lots of Christians in their team. So this is the January edition, as we said, of Good News. Really great stories, really great articles. If you're not sure about your relationship with God, if you don't know where you stand with Jesus, if you don't know what you believe about heaven or hell, we would encourage you to get hold of this copy of this paper, read it, discover people who do know God and how God has changed, and as Colin has just said, healed them and saved them and rescued them and turned their lives upside down. Follow the link at the end of the video. We'll gladly send you a copy of the January Good News newspaper. Have a look at it. Thanks, Colin.
Thanks.